Hello, this is a reading for Leo. It's a moon reading. We're doing moon readings today, and this I'm really sensing is about timing. Of course, take it however you will, but I have a real sense that we're going to, the next time the moon is in the sign of Leo, this message is going to be, it's a bit of a prediction for you. I'm going to go straight away and get some cards. The Master of Secrets, which is the Magician and the Hierophant. Pardon me. Leo. I'm doing a bit of a crafty smile. Like I'm feeling a bit like there's something going on. There's something in the air. I can sense something. I know when something has changed. I know when, oh, it looks about this time when this type of thing happens. Not just anything. The Master of Secrets is like there's some meddling going on. I'm catching a whiff of some meddling. And it's because you know a situation so well that you know when something's being messed with. You're noticing breaks in the patterns that are very, it's kind of like when you see particular patterns that let you know that something is happening. You know that something is different. You know that something is changed or something's being meddled with. It's kind of what I see. Something's in the way. That's that song. Something's in the way. That song came up last time we did readings, and there's the Six of Wands. Look at that. That's the card that I got right away for the entire kind of series of readings that we were about to do. That you've been protected for a period of time, and you are, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that you've been protected from this meddling energy. You've been sheltered. Almost in a way where you could get out if you wanted to. That's what I see here. So the Six of Wands is a nice place to pause and celebrate. To take a rest, or even just to kind of like not be exposed to everything. Like, you know, it's almost like a work, if it's a work situation, I'm getting a lot of work energy because we're recording this during the day. So I'm sensing a lot of people sitting at their desks or being at work in some fashion, or being in their daily routines of making home, or however it is that they, this energy activity. And there's even just like your little sanctuary at the end of the day where you don't have to be exposed. It'd be like the task or the art of silencing work emails so that they don't come into this space. It's a protected space. And we would say even a celebrating partway through something, like you're not done. There's still lots to do. But if there's a work party on a Wednesday, there's still more work week left, but we're going to just kind of put ourselves in a place where let's not worry about that right now. You've been protected from a meddling energy in that kind of way. Maybe the meddling energy, you've maybe silenced their messages, you've maybe blocked somebody. It could even be too that you've kind of removed yourself from being in that environment. And if that's the case, then there's the Six of Pentacles. I've got a very curious cat here, Durkey Turkey. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to be in the Leo reading? Dirk wants to star in the Leo reading. Sorry, everybody, for the interruption, but also not sorry because look at this. You are so cute. Dirk, I would prefer if you go... Oh, well, Dirk wants to be a part of things. I I looked away for 1 second. And that's when he scooted over. Well, I'm really glad this is being recorded because now we have evidence of Dirk's hamishness. I know you are so cute, but Dirk, if we leave you on the table, there's going to be no room for, and there's this candle. This is very dangerous. Okay, come here. And he's digging in his nails, but he had them cut recently, so he doesn't have as much power. Usually I let him say what he wants to say in the microphone. Go ahead and say what you need to say. Okay, thank you for the visit, Dirk. Bunny turkey, turkey. The interruptions. Sometimes they're good. Aw, how cute. But they're cute. I feel like you've been provided with this space. That's what's happening here in the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Like you've been provided with a space to just kind of relax. And there's a meddling energy, and there's something about you. You can sense that there's stuff going on, but you're not a part of it. But there's almost like that a space has been provided for you to not be a part of it. Eight of Wands. We're going to get a message about the intentions. You don't know what's going on, but you know something's going on. Here's their intentions. It's almost like we can appreciate that. We can appreciate when somebody wants to provide us with a nice, safe environment where we don't have to be involved in whatever's happening, or we don't have to see what's happening. It's kind of like outside of your view, mostly. Although this is clear. And you might want to say something's been hidden from you. You would have to basically be sitting with it. You'd have to be there in order to even notice that the changes are happening, that these things are happening, this meddling energy. There's something meddling. And I see, basically what I see, like there's a decision that's being made in and around this time to leave the comfort zone. I think out of curiosity to sit and actually be exposed to the meddling, wanting to know what's going on. The Hanged Man, it's like somebody can't trap you. Somebody can't stop you from giving yourself more access to being aware of what's going on, because that would be too fishy. And so in that kind of like wanting you to feel like this is for your own good, that you don't have to deal with any of this stuff, that it's a voluntary thing, that I've put you there, but you can leave at any time. You can leave anytime you want. I wanted to give you this space, is what this energy is saying, to so that you could just take a load off. You don't let the, let me worry about that kind of thing. And I'm seeing a strategic decision to exit the safe space of not knowing and going into a place where you're exposed at least to, how the meddling affects things. The intention is tied up with there's meddling that has been tied up with making it look like you have a choice in the matter, that you chose it. Like I can see somebody's hiding something, or somebody is making sure that you don't find out about something. And they make it so that it's like they give you the cloak, or they give you that kind of way of not looking in such a way where unfortunately it backfires it backfires when you have you do make the decision to not accept the nice, comfortable compliment that somebody wants to take care of you just for a little bit. And out you go. Then now you're in the environment. Now you're sensing things. So whatever that means, I can probably bring that into a story. I can imagine it would be like literally if somebody's hiding something from you, and it's like, what do you do during the day? And they would say, oh, I wouldn't want to trouble you and explain it all. It's like, it's for your own. You don't need to know about any of that stuff. Let me just save you the trouble of having to understand it all, because it's too much for me even. Like, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. And it's you actually deciding to look into what it is that they do during the day. I don't know. This is checks and balances. There's in the government, there's a way to kind of hold the government accountable. It feels a little bit like that. Maybe somebody's going to be held accountable, or at the very least, there's an investigation going on right now. You have recently kind of become aware, or you've put yourself in the place where these meddlings are happening in a way where they can be sensed or they can be tracked. Temperance. And again, it's just basically, this is reiterating, you don't find out what is the meddling, but you know that it's happening. There's an opportunity for you to confirm. You may have wondered, is there something more going on here? And what is confirmed to you is that yes, there is something happening. Not necessarily what specifically, but it's like not taking the bait of somebody kind of selling it to you like they're giving you an opportunity to relax. Maybe it's like somebody decides, oh, you can have the day off tomorrow, and just deciding to go in anyway. Well, you don't have to come to that meeting. You decide to show up anyway. Or you decide to kind of be in it. It's like optional, an optional meeting. Go to the optional meeting. That's the message. Go to the optional meeting when the moon is in Leo. Go, definitely go. You're not going to get like much for details as to what kind of meddling is happening, but you are going to receive the sense that you know that there is that stuff going on. That can be very valuable. In the Spirit of Wands. Stands to reason, begs the question, is what the Spirit of Wands is saying. Begs the question, why did they make it optional? I feel like at this point in time, I'm not going to be able to say much about what this is. It does feel like, there's an optional meeting and you're being advised to go. It's a good move strategically. But it's more like once you go to the meeting, it begs the question, why would they make that optional? And that's where you're going to find your answer as to what kind of meddling is going on. 9 of Cups. It's got to do with something, directly to do with something that your interest. It's got to do with your interests. The meeting has to do with your interests, or the thing that is optional to attend has got to do with decisions that are being made on your behalf. It's optional. Is this about voting? Voting is optional. You could say it's a duty. And there's the Two of Wands. It comes as this kind of, everybody has their idea of what your interests are. Lady of Pentacles. You're being encouraged to represent yourself by just sitting at the table, being at the table. Before I started recording here, I did get the Seven of Swords as like and I said, ooh, deception. So I feel like that's something. It's like something where they have to allow you to go. They have to let you in. It's pushing yourself into an environment where you've been given kind of the message, if it's optional, you don't have to go, you know, you can go if you want, but like it's optional, you know, take a rest day if you want, or take the afternoon off if you don't want to go. But they do have an obligation, or basically to kind of accommodate your questions about that meeting or about that thing that you attend. Everybody has their ideas of what your best interests are. And that in itself is makes it important to attend, at least sit there and kind of get a sense of what kind of changes are happening, or that there are changes that are happening, or get a sense of the atmosphere. And it's like they're going to have to be ready to answer your questions. And I feel like I have a very specific message for somebody in particular about actually attending a meeting and asking a very important question. Why was this optional? And they have to answer. So this does feel kind of like government, like it feels kind of committee like, or, you know, workplace in terms of like the higher ups, or there's definitely like, you know, if you go to something, you have the right to ask questions. You have the right for those questions to be answered. And I'm seeing like this Five of Swords, like there's just this sense of they don't want everybody coming to ask questions. They would regret not inviting everybody. At the same time, they don't want the whole thing to be flooded with maybe questions from the floor. Everybody has their own idea of what's in your best interest. They might feel it's in your best interest to Nine of Pentacles. Leave you out of it. Four of Wands. Let you go home. It's in your best interest. You would prefer, or their idea, or there's an idea of let you go home. Four of Wands. And so in that way, they might say you could take the afternoon off and go home if you want. And then there's also your version of your best interests, that this affects you, your home very much. So you would want to be there. You see, like there's they're presenting it like it's a gift to you. But really, there's something sneaky going on here. So that's the message for Leo. There's something sneaky going on. Attend the meeting that's optional. Attend the thing that's optional. And ask the questions you want to ask. That's going to be important for some reason. Thanks so much for listening to the reading, watching the reading. Come see us on Twitch. We stream there. Live stream readings, and check out all the other readings. You know, do what you do. Take care. Thanks so much.